Write down question. What is parallel plate capacitor? What is parallel plate capacitor? Obtain an expression for its capacitance. What is parallel plate capacitor? Obtain an expression for its capacitance. ओके तो पैरेलल प्लेट कैपेसिटर जो है उसमें दो प्लेट्स होंगी, एक प्लेट का नाम P, दूसरी प्लेट का नाम Q। और दोनों प्लेट्स के बीच का डिस्टेंस मान लेते हैं इट्स स्मॉल d। वॉइस इज क्लियर टू ऑल?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We will provide plus Q charge to plate P जिसके कारण प्लेट Q के ऊपर अंदर वाली साइड नेगेटिव चार्ज आता है और बाहर वाली, कल हमने डिस्कस किया था, एक साइड नेगेटिव चार्ज आ जाएगा, दूसरी साइड पॉजिटिव आएगा। और जैसे हमने प्लेट को अर्थ से कनेक्ट किया, ठीक है, तो इसका जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज होगा वो कहां चला जाएगा, प्लस Q चार्ज जो है वो कहां चला जाएगा, अर्थ में चला जाएगा। मान लेते हैं दोनों प्लेट्स का एरिया A है, ओके, डायग्राम बन गई?
Yes.
Now write down, consider two conducting plates P and Q separated by small distance small d, when charge plus Q is given to plate P, an equal amount of negative charge is produced an equal amount of negative charge is produced in the inner side of plate Q and plus Q charge is produced on the outer side of plate Q. When plate Q is connected to earth, then this plus Q charge gets shifted to earth due to which an electric field is set up between the plates P and Q ये इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड होगी, उसकी डायरेक्शन ये होगी प्लेट P से Q, whose direction is from plate P to Q. Magnitude of this electric field is given by E is equal to V upon D. आपको पता है इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड 1/4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट Q अपॉन R स्क्वायर, अगर R ना लिखें तो हम D स्क्वायर भी लिख सकते हैं अगर डिस्टेंस की बात करें, और इसी तरह से पोटेंशियल क्या होता है V 1/4 पाई एप्सिलॉन नॉट Q अपॉन D. तो दोनों में डिफरेंस किसका आता है, एक D का डिफरेंस है, तो इसीलिए हम लिख सकते हैं इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज इक्वल टू V अपॉन D. यहां पे मैं अगर एक D से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं, पोटेंशियल को इधर भी D से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं, इधर भी D से मल्टीप्लाई कर दूं, तो अब ये क्या बन गई, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड बन गई. तो इसलिए इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड इज इक्वल टू V अपॉन D. साइड में आपने लिख लेना है इसको. Where V is the potential difference between the plates. V is potential difference between the plates. Take this equation as 1. But in last chapter we did an expression, electric field between the two parallel plates, infinite long parallel plates. You know, their electric field was sigma upon epsilon naught. These are also two parallel plates. Both are parallel plates. Therefore, the electric field between these plates, in terms of potential difference, it is V upon D. In terms of potential difference, E is equal to V upon D. But in terms of surface charge density, it is sigma upon epsilon naught. We already did this expression in the last chapter. Okay. Write down. But E is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. Take this as 2, equating 1 and 2. Because their left hand side is equal, therefore equate 1 and 2. Implies V upon D is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. But sigma is surface charge density. Sigma is surface charge density and it is charge upon area. Already I did all these, but sigma is surface charge density and it is Q upon A. Therefore, V upon D is equal to Q upon A epsilon naught. But from the definition of capacitance, is Q upon V. Okay, so from this equation, in previous equation, we can take V this side, then Q upon V is equal to A epsilon naught will go to this side, A epsilon naught upon D. Take this as equation 3 and put C is equal to Q upon B in 3. Therefore, you will get C is equal to A epsilon naught upon D, which is the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor. You will check your software. So this is the capacitance of parallel plate capacitor, which depends upon area of the plates and distance between the plates, which depends upon area of the plates and distance between the plates, where A is the area of the plate and D is the distance between the plates. It does not depend upon shape, size, material. Okay, it only depends upon the plate must be conducting and what is their area and what is the distance between the plates. Also, it depends upon what? It depends upon the medium in which capacitor is placed. It depends upon the medium in which capacitor is placed. Very simple and very important. Next, write down next question. Obtain an expression for capacitance of capacitance of spherical capacitor So spherical capacitor is made up of two spheres. It consists of two concentric spheres. Concentric means their center is same. It consists of two concentric अपना हाथ ही बेस्ट है concentric spheres having radii of the small sphere, it is we will take as A, and for the bigger sphere we will take it as B. Just like a parallel plate capacitor, we will provide parallel plate capacitor, we will provide plus Q charge to the smaller sphere. Due to induction, equal amount of negative Q charge will produce on the inner side of the bigger sphere. And since the bigger sphere is connected to Earth, therefore, the positive charge produced on the outer side of the bigger sphere, it will shift to Earth. So you can name the one sphere as P, another sphere as Q. Okay. Let us move next. Write down the definition of spherical capacitor. It consists of two concentric spherical shells Shells means like footballs. Smaller football is inside the bigger football. Concentric shells, spheres. Such that one shell is earthed, one shell is connected to Earth, and another shell is used to store charge. the gap between the two shells is very small. The gap between the two shells is very small, and it is used to, and it is filled with, sorry, not used to, filled with some dielectric material, some dielectric material. Now, expression for the capacitance of spherical capacitor. Expression for capacitance of spherical capacitor. Satna ma'am, Fourier shop will close at 11 and this is 10:34. Write down, consider a spherical capacitor having shells having spherical capacitor having shells P and Q of radius small a and small b respectively. When charge Q is supplied, charge plus Q is supplied to the shell P, an equal amount of charge minus Q appears on the inner side of shell Q, this one. Due to this minus Q, the charge plus Q, which is appeared outside the shell Q, gets shifted to earth as shell Q is earthed. Due to this, an electric field E is produced between the shells, and direction of this electric field is from shell P to shell Q. and the magnitude of this electric field is E is equal to dV upon dr. From here, you can find out dV, which is E dr. But you know, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R square. Therefore, dV is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R square into dr. This is a small potential difference between the two shells. Now, total potential difference between the two shells is, write down, total potential difference between the two shells is we will integrate this. We will integrate the small potential difference dV from the limit small a to small b. Because the radius of small sphere is small a and the radius of bigger sphere is b, so we will take the limit from this a to this b. And the value of a to b 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon R square dr. As Q and 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, these are constant, we will take these from the outside from the integration sign. So we can write it as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught and integration of 1 by R square dr limits a to b. And how we can find out the integration of 1 by R square? We have to take the R square to the numerator. Okay. So it is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Sorry, Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. And we can write 1 by R square as R raised to power minus 2 dr. So we will use here the formula x raised to power n dx, which is x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So it will come 4 pi epsilon naught r raised to power minus 2 plus 1 upon minus 2 plus 1, and limits are a to b. Fine. Now this is Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught. r raised to power minus 2 plus 1, r raised to power minus 1, and the minus 1 which is coming in the denominator, we will take that minus here, and limits are a to b. We can write this r raised to power minus 1 as 1 by r limits a to b. Okay, now where we will put b in upper limit in place of r minus lower limit in place of r. So here upper limit is b, so 1 by b minus lower limit in place of r, that is a, 1 by b minus 1 by a. Okay, you can take this minus sign inside, so q upon 4 pi epsilon naught, the term which is negative, it will become positive, that is 1 by a, and the term which is positive, that will become negative. Shrivam, switch on your camera. Vasudha Chaudhary, Vikas, Ajay Kumar, Karthik. Sujal. So this is the potential V. Okay. Now take this Q this side upon V. So what will you get? V upon D is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by A minus 1 by B. But you know V upon D is equal to E, sorry, C. One minute, wait. We will take here Q. Q and V upon Q is equal to C. That is capacitance. Capacitance of the spherical capacitor. Now we are at the end of this expression, that is capacitance, it is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and this is 1 by A minus 1 by B. Sorry, beta, there is some mistake. Q is equal to VC. Then C will be Q upon V. This is wrong. Wait. In the previous expression, also this is wrong. Here, write down. But V upon Q is equal to 1 by C. To put this 1 by C here, 1 by C is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by A minus 1 by B. Okay, now you can take reciprocal, or before that just do this 4 pi epsilon naught This is, take the LCM AB and it will come B minus A. And this is 1 by C. Now you will take the reciprocal. Therefore, we will get C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught AB upon B minus A. This is the final expression for the capacitance of spherical capacitor, and this depends upon the radius of the spherical shells and on the medium in which shells are placed. Medium, what is reflecting medium? This epsilon naught is reflecting medium. It only depends upon the radius of the spherical shells. And write down a condition here where B is greater than A. This expression is also very important, and simple mathematics we are using here. Okay, so we will do third expression on tomorrow because it's lengthy and it's also same. I will just prepare the diagram, write down the question. Obtain an expression for capacitance of cylindrical capacitor. So cylindrical capacitor, first of all, write down what is cylindrical capacitor. Definition of cylindrical capacitor. It consists of two coaxial cylinders A and B, capital A and capital B, having radius small a and small b. Having radius small a and small b. Okay. See the diagram. These are two cylinders, and these cylinders are coaxial. This is the axis of both cylinders. the radius of one cylinder, it is small a, and the radius of bigger cylinder, it is small b. Here we will not talk about the distance between the cylinders. Distance is given by the difference of the radii. You can name these cylinders as small as capital A and bigger as capital B, out of which the bigger cylinder is connected to earth. So when we supply plus Q charge to small cylinder A, listen, when we supply plus Q charge to the small cylinder A, an equal amount of the same concept, an equal amount of minus Q appear on the inner side of bigger cylinder, and similar amount of charge plus Q appeared on the outer side of the bigger cylinder. But since the bigger cylinder is connected to earth, so this charge plus Q shifted to earth, and here there will be no charge. In this way the capacity of the inner cylinder A increases. So write down out of which cylinder B, out of which cylinder B is earth, when charge plus Q, when charge plus Q is applied to cylinder A, an equal amount of negative charge appears on the inner side of cylinder B. As cylinder B is earth, the positive charge appeared on the outer side gets shifted to earth. Due to which an electric field is set up between the cylinders A and B. Between the cylinders A and B, and rest we will do on tomorrow. Okay, just revise all these, and all the three expressions are same. We are using a little bit different concept in each and every expression, but just try to learn, try to understand the concept of principle of parallel plate capacitor, principle of capacitor, then parallel plate capacitor. Try to solve these expressions. Okay, in one expression, first expression, it was very easy, and in second one we are using integration and how to apply the limits in integration and what is the formula we are using. Okay, So try to revise all these, and tomorrow we will do this expression. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.